First sip of coffee today. I'm late, running late today. Welcome to Be a Better You Annual Challenge Day 11. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. And today we're diving deeper into beliefs, specifically limiting beliefs, and how replacing them can help us supercharge and super speed up getting what we want, helping us get what we want really, really fast versus the normal struggling and strife with achieving what we want sometimes because our thinking isn't actually helping us to get what we want. It's hindering us, and we're just not aware of it. If we were aware of it, we would stop thinking that way, which is what today's challenge for the annual challenge is all about. It's about noticing those limiting beliefs and then replacing them with something else. You want to say eliminate them, but we can't just eliminate them because that creates a vacuum, and a vacuum will get filled immediately, maybe with something unintentionally that could be an even worse, more limiting belief for us. So let's pick a limiting belief. I've got actually dozens and dozens of processes for eliminating and replacing limiting beliefs, letting them go. Because first we have to let the old one go, but then we have to immediately replace it with the one we want to incorporate into our belief system and into our life in order to get what we want and help us get what we want so much faster and so much easier. I used to believe that my beliefs were they just were what they were. They were part of me, and that I had no control over them. And once I realized, oh my gosh, I can choose what I want to believe in order to get the goal and get the things that I want in my life, everything opened up for me and everything flowed so much easier than when I would struggle just dealing with all the things that haphazardly happened in my life. I think probably most of us can relate to that. So let's just pick one limiting belief. I was thinking I'm not good enough, but I've done that one a lot. So, because I would say that is probably one of the most common false beliefs that people have. The other one is, I can't do this. I can't do anything right. Again, that's a version of I'm not good enough. I don't deserve. Well, I can't do this. The first thing I like to do is challenge that belief and ask myself, well, can I really not do it? Or do I not want to do it? Or do I think somebody else should be doing it and I shouldn't have to do it? Or depending on what the thing is, if it's something I want the result for, a lot of times it's just easier to buck up and say, I can do this, figure it out, do it, get it done, and move on to the next thing. But we'll argue with ourselves about, it's not right, it's not fair, I shouldn't have to do this, I don't want to do this, it's not my turn, etc. And we waste so much energy. We could have just done the thing that we didn't want to do or that we don't think that we can do, and be past that and moving on to the next step toward what we want. So I can't do this. Challenge the belief. Is it actually true? And what you usually find out when you ask yourself if a belief is actually true, you're like coming up with all the reasons that it's really not even true or true for you. If I say I can't do something, and I learned a long time ago as a little girl, one of my dad's favorite sayings was, when we girls were growing up, there's no such thing as can't. So he would get on us if we would come and we'd say, I can't do this, or this is too hard, or it was really a version of, I don't want to do this, do it for me. And he would push back and say, there's no such thing as can't. Figure out a way to get it done. How can you do it? And so the first thing I do whenever I think I can't do something is I challenge the belief that I can't do it. Is there really an absolute reason I can't do it? Now, I'll give you a couple of examples of things I've not given permission to do anymore. I'm legally blind, so I can't drive anymore. I'm not allowed to drive anymore. It would be a bad idea, but also I can honestly say I can't do it. Can I drive? I know how to drive. I used to be a really good driver, but now I'm visually challenged. I'm actually super excited about self-driving cars because I think maybe that would be an option for people like me that have bad vision. So we want to challenge that and find out if it's really something we can't do for whatever legitimate reason, or if we're just making excuses and procrastinating or giving ourselves an out for something that we really should do, and we know we should do it and we know we can do it. And then if I get a whole bunch of information that tells me, yeah, you really can't do that, then I'll challenge that and say, well, is that always true? Is that always true for me? Can I never, ever, 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 will I never be able to do that? And of course, the answer to that is almost always no, because I am of the mind that we can figure out how to do anything we choose to do if we choose to put in the effort and energy to do it. So our action item today is to pick one belief and challenge it today and find something to replace it with that doesn't limit you and the results that you want to get in an area or aspect of your life. Any way that you want to be a better version of yourself. Guess what? Doing what you say you're going to do, being consistent, following up, committing to something and then actually doing it and getting it done is being a better version of you. Because a whole lot of people don't have the ability to do that. If they do, everybody's got the ability to do it, but they don't do it. They don't have the desire. They don't think that they have to. They don't take responsibility for whatever reason. All right, so share in the comments below just the belief that you're doing this for. You don't have to tell us what you replace it with, but that would be really valuable if you would do that. So I'll pick one. I don't know what I'm going to do today, but I'll pick one off my list from yesterday, and I will demonstrate it in the comments below. Any questions, hit me up. Otherwise, have an awesome day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye. Slow connections make it hard to turn off my video.